want to say congratulations on, you're going into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. How did you kind of find that out? What was that process like for you?
It was wild, very nice. John D'Oliva from the Hall called me. We were in Chicago getting ready for a back-to-back against the Bulls, and I looked at my phone, and it looked like from Connecticut. Who's calling me from Connecticut? Wait a minute. And I realized when I got on the phone what it was all about, and it was a very nice call, and I'm glad it happened when it happened, because I'm going into my 50th year. Why not have something to celebrate?
Did you ever think that was a possibility of you going into the Hall of Fame?
Well, you always hope.
Yeah.
But you got to just do your job and forget about lighting candles to get in the hall. Just hope it happens, and it was nice that it did.
When's the induction ceremony?
September 5th and 6th.
Okay. Is that also Michigan State weekend, so you're just going to fly out? Or?
I will miss the Boston College game.
Gotcha.
Only my second.
Well, it's worth it,
Only my second miss.
Okay.
I didn't go to Tokyo years ago.
Okay. Just talking about Michigan State, another season. Did you envision when you first took this job that you would be doing this all the way to 2025 and beyond?
Well, it was my first big break before the Pistons. It was 1971. I'd only been out in the world as a broadcaster for 2 or 3 years, and to get a chance to do big-time college football, and for Michigan State, a team with a great name and great history, was very, very exciting. And so, like I said about my Piston job, I didn't want to mess it up. I wanted to keep it, and so far so good with Michigan State and the Pistons.
What year is this for you for each of those?
I think it's 50 coming up for the Pistons, and I believe it's 50 coming up for Michigan State.
And that includes COVID as well?
Yes.
Okay. Every year, comes with a new excitement, that sort of thing. Do you feel like this year's a little bit, different excitement level-wise compared to the last few years?
Well, you're going to get the real Jonathan Smith and his staff this year. They rushed over here from Oregon State and probably were doing most things on the fly. They did what they wanted to do, but the roster wasn't what they had hoped it would be, and they added some players, but they had a chance to really take a look at it this offseason and bring in the guys at positions of need, and I think we'll get a good idea of this coaching staff and these players this year.
Way back when, do you have any favorite memories or moments that you called games with Tim at all? Tim Stout?
Well, with Tim, we worked together the first year, and you all know that Eric Allen didn't set the NCAA record without Tim Stout's help, because he had a great game down at Purdue, and Tim realized how many yards he had and how close he was to the record. At that time, he set it at 350 yards in a game, and if he doesn't get word down to Duffy to put the flea back in, Eric doesn't set the record. So it's a very memorable time, and that shows you how attuned Tim is. I mean, he doesn't forget anything, and when he's ready to work, he's ready to work. And I was proud to work with him. It was a great time.
You've been to a bunch of practices. You've seen this team. Without giving anything away, is there anything people are sleeping on, like a position group or maybe a player or a coach on this year's team?
I think, first of all, the offense is going to be a lot better, but the defense has done a great job against the offense. And they've added so many DBs that'd be hard for them not to cover. And this rush end group, it's coached by Chad Wild. It's not the same guy who coaches the D-line. And these guys all look the part. I mean, they're 6'4", 6'5", 250, 260 pounds. So if those guys, and they're having a hard time with separation, because all these guys kind of deserve to be on the field. So if we see something from that group, then they'll start to get some sacks, which hurt them late last season. You got to get to the quarterback. It helps you in the secondary. And coaches will tell you, the secondary helps you get sacks too, because they cover, quarterback has to hang on to it a little longer. But still, I believe getting pressure on the quarterbacks will be a major plus.
And then last thing, over to the Pistons. I mean, obviously a tough ending this season, but a great season as well. Do you think they can, with the additions they've had over the offseason, kind of continue this momentum and to possibly a deep playoff run?
I believe, all things considered, they probably should have beaten the Knicks in round one. Knicks were a good team, and they got a great coach, even though they decided to make a silly change there, moving on from Tom Thibodeau. But they're a very good team. They're very well coached. Yet I thought the Pistons had every chance to beat them, and just couldn't quite get it done at home. To me, they were so amped up in front of their home crowd, it was almost too emotional for them. And now, after a year later, more mature, ready to do battle and keep your cool will help them in the postseason. And I believe they're going to have a heck of a year.